Hello students, hope you are fit and fine at home. We shall begin our next chapter of political, that is confronting marginalization. In the previous chapter, we have studied about Dalit, Adivasi and Muslim community. We have already talked about marginalization. Now, we would be discussing about how group have come forward to confront the issue of marginalization. Some of the major reasons for confronting. First, due to economic upliftment, self-improvement, religious tolerance, armed struggle, education. They played a very important role in confronting the issue of marginalization. Next topic is invoking fundamental rights. Tribals, Adivasis, Muslims, Dalits, and other community as a citizen of India all have equally right under the fundamental rights of India. Here there are two articles under fundamental rights. First article 17 and second article 15. Now we'll talk about the first article 17, which talk about abolished of untouchability, which states no one can prevent Dalits to get education, entering in the temples, using of public facilities, etc. Now second article 15 state that no citizen of India shall be discriminated against on the basis of religion, race, caste, creed, gender, place of birth, and etc. Therefore, Dalit can invoke or draw their fundamental rights in any circumstances where they feel that they have been treated badly by government or any community. They have fundamental rights, the rights through freedom of religion and the rights, cultural and education rights. Likewise, they have 6 fundamental rights under the Constitution of India. Next topic is laws for the marginalized. There are specific laws and the policies for marginalized in our country. Government makes an effort to promote such policies in order to give opportunities to specific groups. Next is promoting social justice. State and central government create some specific scheme to implement their constitutions, especially in the tribal areas that have a high Dalit population. For example, government provides free of subsidized hostel for students of Dalit and Adivasi community to have a good education facility. Government makes laws and takes some genuine steps to remove inequality system. Government provides the reservation policies to uplift these sections and to provide the equal opportunity and provide the facilities to learn and to develop themselves. Now question here, how does the reservation policy work? Government across the India have a list of ST, that is the scheduled tribe, and SC, that is scheduled caste, backward area. Central government also has this same kind of list. If students applying to educational institutions, they have give a proper record of caste and certificate proof. If any particular community is in the list of government, get benefits of reservation policy like admission in the college such as the medical college, receive the scholarship from the government, and so on and so forth. Next topic is protecting the rights of Dalit and Adivasis. Let us read the following case study for the real life to understand how Dalit use the protection that the law provides. The villagers of Jakmalpur are preparing for a big festival which holds once in a 5 years. The local gods and goddess are honored and worshipped, and the priests from 20 neighboring villages come for 5 days events. This ceremony begins with the member of Dalit community washing the feet of all the priests, and Dalit use this water for their bathing. The person who performed this task belonged to Ratnam's family. His father and grandfather had both performed the same task before him. Now Ratnam's turn. He was just 20 years old, studying in engineering college, refused to follow this ritual. He said that he had no faith in this practice and his family members were forced to perform this ritual because we were Dalit. The powerful caste were shocked that such a young boy had the guts to refuse. The powerful caste decided to teach Ratnam a lesson. His community was ordered to remove him and his family. One night, some people entered in a village and set his hut on fire. But somehow Ratnam escaped with his mother. Then he went to file a case in local police station under ST and SC Act. Other Dalits still didn't come to support him because they were afraid. The case picked up and many journalists came to visit village. Ratnam was written about as a symbol of Dalit action. The ritual was logged and stopped, but his family member was forced to move out as they continued to be ostracized by powerful caste in the village. Next is the scheduled caste SC and the scheduled tribe ST Prevention of Atrocities Act 1989. Ratnam took the support of law, filed his complaint against domination and violence of the powerful caste in his family. The act was made in 1989. Dalit raised their voice against the misbehavior, ill treatment and violence, humiliations by high caste people so that government take a serious step. But ill treatment, humiliations, misbehavior with the Dalits have been going on from the several years, but no one has raised their voice. Some parts of southern India, number of people came forward, raised their voice for their rights to have equality. When the Dalit refused to follow the ritual, powerful caste people started to violate them badly. Next is several levels of crimes. The Act distinguishes several levels of crime, such as first is model of humiliation, second disposes Dalit and Adivasis, third crime against Dalit and tribal women. First is models of humiliations. In this type of crime, people are forced to eat, drink, or they're tortured, especially the ST caste, scheduled caste, and Dalits. Secondly, disposes Dalit and Adivasis. In this type of crime, people are forced to move out from the land, their land taken forcefully, or they are transferred to new place without any compensation given to them. Third is crime against Dalit and tribal women. Under this crime, women belong to SC and ST caste or ST tribe which tend to dishonor or misbehavior with her. Next topic is manual scavenging. It has been personally issued that these days under the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, basically the idea is under the Safai Karmachari Andolan that was released by Andhra Pradesh based organization. There are 13 lakh of people belonging to Dalit community who have been employed in 96 lakh private municipal job under manual scavenging. 86% of these in Uttar Pradesh and 11 states have issue of manual scavenging. Urban wages are very low, 30 to 40 rupees per day. The people suffer from various kind of diseases. In 1993, employment of manual scavengers and the construction of dry latrine that was released that was prohibited employment of manual scavenging. In 2003 PIL Safai Karmachari Andolan, and 13 other organizations and 7 scavengers, stating that still it is exist in the government undertaking and the railways. They must control. The government was verified within 6 months and the time bound program for their liberalization and rehabilitation. Next topic is Adivasi demands and the 1989 Act. The 1989 Act played a very important role. Some of the reasons are C.K. Janu, an Adivasi activist, she says it is mainly government which is responsible for this. Government is asking private contractors to take the land for finding activities, for constructing dam and so forth, for establishing wildlife sanctuaries, national park, but they're not paying due compensation to the groups, Dalit group, tribal group from the which the land is acquired. That is one of the major issue that focused and should have planned to spend on it. With this, we wind up this chapter confronting marginalization. Thank you.